Yes, sir. What's poppin' with y'all, man? Welcome back to another motherfucking episode of the Thin Line Between Genius and Insanity podcast, hosted by yours truly, OG. Nah, man, spin that shit back, man. Spin the block one more time for them fuck niggas in the back, man. I am the flyest, highest, coolest, smoothest motherfucking host of them all. OG Hatch, man. What the fuck is up, man? What's up with y'all, man? Hope out there looking good, feeling good. Hope out there doing lovely on this wonderful motherfucking day. Hope out there looking good, feeling good, staying motherfucking safe. And once they shout to everybody around the world that's tapped and enjoying the conversation, I truly appreciate all love and motherfucking support, man. Let's keep building this empire brick by thy brick. Once again, I say brick by thy brick. It may be a slow process or it may take off one day. I don't fucking know, but I'm down for the journey. Or you? Shout out to my first time listening, my last time listening. All the support is appreciated. The strings matter, so let's keep building motherfucking numbers up. Episode 114, man, on the grind 200. This shit don't stop for a motherfucking me soul. I will say it feels very motherfucking good to have these quick turnarounds. The last week we had 2 great episodes. I feel real good about pumping out this much content back to back. It's being received properly. I like the reception of it. I like the motherfucking me. The flow of things. I feel like I'm actually doing this shit now. When I was doing it once a week, it kind of felt like a hobby at times. And I try to get away from that because sometimes when shit is just a hobby, you can get content, you know what I'm saying? Let things just do its own thing. But by me coming here day after motherfucking day, making sure I got new things on the month of me docket, making sure I'm ready to go, make sure my energy up, and make sure I'm pumping out episodes twice a week now, a nigga feel like I can really take this shit and put it to where I want to put it when it comes to the goals and shit I want to reach. So I feel good about this, and we'll continue to do this. Is the first episode this week, 114 on the grind 200, as I motherfucking said, man. It's a lot of shit going on, man. I want to shout to everybody that's watching on YouTube at OGHatchTV. Ring that bell, subscribe, drop a comment, leave a like, all that good shit that YouTube would say. I want to shout to everybody listening on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, Audible, you know what I'm saying? However the fuck you listen to the podcast, you know I'm there. Review that motherfucker, rate that motherfucker, and fuck with your boy. Appreciate y'all, man. It's a lot of shit on the motherfucking docket, man. I ain't gonna hold you, man. It's a lot of shit on the docket. I kind of looked at the docket before I pressed record and noticed I put a lot of shit down. I put a lot of shit down. I was kind of saving. I was trying to save some shit for later in the week episode, but fuck it type shit. It's gonna pack this motherfucker on out. As I start the podcast, man, I want to take you guys behind the curtain a little bit on what's been going on with me. I have got back in the gym starting this week. People that know last year was a rough year for me. Health issues. Nigga thought he had a bad heart, legs and shit swelled up. Y'all all know I was on my gym shit heavy every motherfucking day, bulking up on some Giannis type shit. But, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, the higher ups touch you on the shoulder and let you know you just calm your ass down, sit down for a minute. And that's what the fuck I had to do. So for the last 7 months, it's been a long motherfucking journey for me. Like I said, 3 of those months I took away from the podcast. So you know there's a lot of shit going on behind the scenes. But this week, I finally got back in the flow of things. You know what I'm saying? I got back in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm changing up my eating habits and shit like that. Some would say it's a New Year's resolution thing. It's really not. It's just on some shit where I woke up one day and I felt that it was time for me to get back to my shit because, growing up, I probably mentioned this on the podcast before, but growing up, I never wanted to reach 300 pounds. I always thought that was too fucking big. And with my health issues and things of that nature, sitting me down with not being able to be active and stuff like that, I was sitting around eating shit, smoking heavy, smoking all my weed hella fast, having to buy more food and groceries and shit like that. So I just gained hella motherfucking weight and I eclipsed that 300-pound mark. And that did a lot to my mental, bro. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man. I would come here and act like I got this shit all under control, and I really motherfucking don't, man. My weight really fucked with me, bro. I don't want to sound like a bitch or nothing. I ain't trying to sound like no little bitch or nothing, but my weight really fucked with me. You know what I'm saying? I really couldn't do the things that I was used to doing, you know what I'm saying, in the bedroom type shit. Once a nigga stamina went down, there was a lot of moves I couldn't do. I had to put them on the shelf type shit. But it fucked with me, you know what I'm saying? This past week, I got back in the gym and felt good to do that. So I'm doing that. We're pumping out this content more. I'm getting back in the gym, eating healthy. Niggas starting to feel good. But for the people watching on YouTube, I got the topic on the screen right now. I want to talk about regaining confidence. As a man, it's important to show off that macho machismo shit. You never want to come off as pussy. Nowadays, it's a little bit more accepted to show your vulnerable and sensitive side. I'm starting to realize that there's nothing wrong with that. but I also want to be honest because a lot of times, bro, I allowed myself to get myself through a lot of things. And it really took me to be truthful with myself because if I didn't stop the things that I was doing or get things under control, this shit would have unraveled real bad for me. A lot of things that y'all don't know what's going on behind the scenes has been going on because I dropped the ball on a lot of shit. Like a lot of times, man, my focus just don't be where it needs to be. Like I be thinking about the big picture and a lot of little things that need to be taken care of. I'll let that shit slip by the wayside. So a lot of things behind the scenes has been putting a lot of pressure on me, and a lot of stress and anxiety on me, fuck with my mental health status has been going on behind the scenes. And I've been trying to push that shit to the side and just focus on doing the podcast weekly and things like that. But that wasn't healthy for me. So I had to sit down with myself and be honest, you know what I'm saying? And realize I had to I need to make changes. I need to be more of the person that I want to be instead of being the person I've always been. You know what I'm saying? So I want to talk about regaining confidence because a lot of niggas I know seem like they most confident niggas of all time. And niggas look at me and say, Hatch, you hella confident. Hatch, you on camera. Hatch, you got a podcast. Hatch, you, ever since I known you, you've been Hatch. You ain't never had no issues with that. And that's a lie, bro. I've always had issues with my confidence. It's not something that I don't believe I can do certain things. I honestly feel like anything that I do, I will be great at it. But it's one of those things that if I have a great idea type shit, I would sit back and I would pick that shit apart to find the flaws and why I couldn't be the one to do it. And I know that sounds crazy, but hopefully I'm not the only person that does that. And I will literally take myself out of an equation when realistically I'm the perfect person to do some shit. Prime example with this podcast, but this podcast is 3 years late. Like this podcast was a thought 3 to 4 years before I even dropped episode 1. And it's fucked up because now I sit back and think like, damn, how far would I be in the game if I would just start the podcast when I wanted to actually start the podcast? But instead, I was picking apart myself and telling myself I couldn't be the one to do it. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of things in my life where I'm not confident. I lack confidence in a lot of areas. I really only try to stay in the areas where I'm super confident, but I want to get out of that because by doing that, I fucking, you know what I'm saying? I abandoned society type shit. I became a loner. And there's nothing wrong with being a loner, but it's one of those things where it's like, by me sticking to the things that I know and sticking to the things that I do and not branching out and trying new things and not building my confidence all around the board type shit, I've sacrificed and I've lost a lot of opportunities. And I don't want to sit here and go down that laundry list of opportunities that I missed out on because then again, y'all look at me like I'm a fucking jackass. Y'all be like, this dumbass nigga. It's a lot of things, and it's a lot of motherfucking things I lost confidence in, man. But I want to let you guys know, man, I'm getting back to my shit, man. Throughout phase 1, I believe you guys have been on that journey with me. I believe it's one of those things where you can listen to these episodes. You can pinpoint when I'm on my highs and when I'm on my lows. I know I can do it, and I think it's pretty obvious to you guys. I don't edit this shit no more. I used to, when I first started this podcast, I used to edit the fuck out of it to try to hide, you know what I'm saying, the flaws that I have, my speech patterns. I hate my fucking voice. It goes up and down throughout the podcast. I was trying to edit that shit out. I want to add out the subjects where I was talking about, and I knew I didn't feel too comfortable talking about, so I'll edit that shit out. I don't do that no more because I want you guys to actually hear and feel everything that I'm going through, so you guys can be more in tune with the actual show. And I think it's worked so far, but I think also throughout phase 1 and so far through phase 2, you guys have been able to be on this journey with me through my emotional ass mindset. I'm an emotional ass nigga. My mental health is all over the place. One day I feel good. The next 5 days I feel like shit. And I think by doing this podcast, I'm speaking to the people out there that think like me and act like me and go through this same vulnerable ass shit. So with you guys, it's okay if you lose confidence, my nigga. It's okay. It happens to the best of us. But the number one thing you have to do is make sure you get back on your motherfucking toes. You gotta be on all 10. You gotta be on all 10 if you want to regain your confidence. And that can be as little as, you know, some going to the gym and looking at yourself in the mirror 100 times and realizing you that nigga. And for my women, realizing that you that bitch. You looking at your thighs and the motherfuckers popping through them leggings, you that bitch. You know what I'm saying? If that ass is poking, you that bitch. If you sweating, you still look good, you that bitch. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times it takes for us to actually just tap in and be in tune with ourselves. I put a post up on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? I usually don't even do personal posts on TikTok. I just say that shit for the podcast. But I said, nah, fuck that, man. I'm finna start getting on TikTok and letting motherfuckers know exactly who the fuck I am. This year in 2023, I just want to be different, bro. I want to change a lot of shit about me, man. I want to be more out there, man. I feel like I'm stopping my own growth. I'm stopping my own star from shining by not being amongst the folks. You know what I'm saying? When I say amongst the folks, I'm not talking about being out in the scene, in the clubs and shit like that. I'm talking about pushing myself and pushing my image and pushing my brand is me. You know what I'm saying? The podcast is me type shit. It ain't no motherfucking me. No video game. It ain't no music. It ain't no motherfucking me. No painting. It ain't none of that bullshit. The podcast is me. This is my voice. This is my story. This is my pain. This is my laughter, my corny ass jokes. This is me. So for 2023, bro, I want to take the shackles off my motherfucking self and build my confidence to the point to where I don't give a fuck who like me. Because I went from being in my most confident state, I didn't give a fuck what people thought. But the more and more vulnerable I got, I started to care what people thought. I came on this podcast at least 100 times telling y'all I want people to like me. Now, motherfuckers that know Hatch from back in the day, they grew up with me, like, they was looking at that shit like, what? That's not the Hatch I know. That's not the Hatch I grew up with. That's not the Hatch that was doing this and that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, for some reason, bro, I became more vulnerable and I became more isolated and I became more in tune with my feelings. And it's pros and it's cons with that. If you come in too tapped in with your feelings, you want some solo dolo shit, you start picking apart yourself and thinking that everything you're doing is flawed. And that's what was happening with me. And I'm starting to realize that I put too much pressure on myself and I tear down my own fucking confidence. So 2023, man, we changing all that shit up, man. Hopefully you guys see the growth in 2023. I think by the end of this year, it's gonna be trouble for a lot of motherfuckers, but especially out here in AZ, but it's gonna be trouble for a lot of motherfuckers, bro. I'm taking a lot of shit personal. Motherfuckers did me through phase one. I got a chip on my shoulder and I got a goal and task. And anybody that know Hatch, bro, I'm a dangerous nigga when those two things come in play. So with that being said, I want to say shout out to everybody listening to the podcast. And once again, man, if your confidence has ever been shooken, or if it's shaking right now, if it's a little bit lower than usual, it's okay. You don't need to, you know what I'm saying, think too hard on that shit. Don't be an overthinker like me. Let me be the overthinker. You just apply your thought process and your strategy and your grind to getting better at you and building your confidence, man. Everything will be okay. You gotta be on all 10 toes first. That's the main motherfucking thing, and everything else will fall into motherfucking play, man. Real talk. But moving on, man, let's go and get into the document. I don't want to start the podcast off with that, but that shit was kind of dragging on type shit, right? Long walk, right? I want to move on, and I want to talk about a couple, the most infamous couple in hip hop right now. It's not Jay-Z and Beyonce. No. It's not Diddy and Young Miami. No. It's Blueface, baby, and Chrisean Rock. I've talked about this couple a few times on this podcast, man, and I told myself I was going to stop. And I promise you I was going to stop until I watched their show. I told you I'm a Zeus nigga. My homeboy, he got the Zeus account. Shout out to my nigga X. He plugged me in with that. I'm living good. I'm feeling good when I watch Zeus, man. I like ignorance. But it's something about this show that's not, what do the women say? It's not giving. This show is not giving what I think they thought it was going to give. Like, this is probably one of the most disturbing fucking shows I've ever seen in my life. Like, niggas thought Fear Factor was wild when niggas was eating those Madagascar cockroaches. Nah. Wait till you see Blueface and Chrisean fucking TV show. Like, this is probably the most disturbing shit I've ever seen. If they was like Mexican or white, you know what I'm saying, Indian and some shit like that, Chinese, I probably would enjoy this show. But seeing two black people do this shit, it just don't sit right. It just don't sit right? But on this latest episode, it appears that Blueface and Chrisean got into some type of, you know what I'm saying, argument, physical altercation. They didn't show it, but they showed the end results, and they showed that apparently Chrisean Rock bust this nigga Blueface head open with a bottle. And not only did she bust his head open with a bottle, she tried to clean it with a vacuum. She bust the nigga head open and tried to clean it with a vacuum.
Wow.
Like, see, when I say motherfuckers is crazy and motherfuckers is got a mental problem, people are stupid, people think I'm the bad. They call me the bully. People, when I say niggas getting their ass whooped and how I lose respect for niggas that's letting their woman whoop their ass, I'm not saying put hands back on her. I'm saying walk away from the situation. To me, that's a real man. That's a real nigga. A real nigga ain't sitting there going back and forth with no woman You know what I'm saying? And thinking that that's gonna be the end all be all. That's real ghetto love. That's not ghetto love, nigga. That's domestic abuse. That's domestic fucking abuse. That's assault. That's assault with a deadly weapon. I just seen a video on TikTok where a motherfucking woman hit her boyfriend over the head with a bowling ball and then knocked his ass clean the fuck out. He leaking by the head, and this bitch still roll a strike. She rolled a motherfucking strike, nigga. Like, this is what's going on in the world. But as I'm watching this show and I'm seeing Blueface, he like mildly fucking concussed. And this bitch Chrisean literally took a vacuum and was sucking the glass off this nigga head, bro. Like, this shit not funny to me no more. Like, I never particularly thought Chrisean was funny, but I understood what people saw with this shit. And as I'm seeing this shit play out, I'm like, yo, fam, this nigga's a fucking victim. Now, I'm not saying, clearly he already admitted to beating her ass too. So I feel funny calling a nigga a victim. But it's like, damn, I didn't see him beat her ass. Every time I've seen Blueface in the last 6 months, he's had black eyes. He's had gashes in his fucking head. He's been getting locked up for attempted murder. Like, everything I've seen about Blueface has been a battered man. Like, everything about Blueface in the last 6 months, my nigga, is a battered man. This nigga's, he's losing it, dog. They show him on the couch. He looking all sad and depressed. He want to cry and shit. Let them tears flow, nigga. She just bust your head the fuck open. I remember I remember in college, bro. We was at a club type shit. And my nigga, we was in a club fight. It was one of the club brawls type shit. And my nigga X got hit with, I shouldn't have said my nigga name. Damn, he a soldier, so fuck it. My nigga X got hit with like a big ass like Grey Goose bottle. And that shit like, I think it like blacked his eyes. So I think I don't know what if he got hit. He was one of them light bright niggas. So he get hit in the thigh and his chin is swell up or some shit like that. But that shit looked crazy. But this nigga Blueface got hit in the head with a bottle and this shit was leaking. He needed staples and shit. And it's like, I'm on social media and motherfuckers is talking about like, it's nothing. Motherfuckers laughing and he and ha. And I'm like, yo, it's a wild game. Now, I'm not finna come on this podcast no more and talk about, you know, so he need to leave her or no shit like that. Because in the next episode, this nigga finna fight his mama in there. This nigga finna fight. He need to stay with her at this point. Nigga Whack 100 that came on the show telling him like, yo, nigga, you need to tap back into you. You need to leave her ass to the side. He wasn't listening. He don't give a fuck. So at this point, I'm done saying Blueface need to leave Chrisean Rock. It's not gonna happen. And by the time it do happen, it'll be too late. It's gonna be too fucking late. I'm a nigga looking at this shit from the outside in. Maybe her pussy is that good. I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe it's crazy. Maybe that's some fire. That's that Baltimore fire. That's that shit. But he with it. But to think that the motherfucker get his head bust on TV. He got his shit busted on TV. And she sucked the glass off this nigga's scalp. Out his bleeding, bruised, battered fucking scalp with a vacuum. I just don't, you can't make this shit up, y'all. You can't make this shit up, dog. It's a wild motherfucking situation, man. I just, it couldn't be me, man. I don't believe in putting hands on women and nothing like that. It couldn't be me though, bro. Motherfucker not finna bust my head open. I'm finna be cool with the shit. You're not finna bust my head open and then try to throw me some ass later. That's not happening. It's just not. I'm fucking Blueface, baby. Like, what the fuck? Like, come on, man. Like, at a certain point in time, a nigga gotta, that's why I say confidence, bro. A nigga loses confidence, a nigga start to feel like he ain't the same nigga he was just a year ago or some shit. A nigga will let anything slide. If that nigga, if this was Blueface, 2, 3, 4 years ago when he first dropped that Respect My Crip and shit, you know what I'm saying? Mop the floor, hop the west side just to catch a slip and shit. If he would have, all this shit was happening then, I bet he would have been left this bitch. Shit slow for my nigga. Wack even said it. Nigga, you ain't had a hit since you got with old girl. Shit slow for Blueface. I ain't gonna fake it. It's slow for Blueface. I've been actually listening to the nigga music for like the last week for some reason. Like, the shit kind of cool. But the shit ain't the millions upon millions and millions of views he had before. I look at all this shit. This is a nigga that lost his confidence. He hanging on to shorty because he think this is a bag for him. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Is the only reason why Blueface is with this bitch is because it's a bag coming in. That's it. It can't be no real love. Because anytime they put the camera on dude's face, he looked fucking depressed and sad and want to get the fuck away. That's what he looked like. So it gotta be a money play. And the only reason why a nigga can fall for that is he feel like he ain't really, he on the downside, not the upside type shit. This nigga, I promise, I ain't no wow. I just don't believe a nigga would have put up with this shit when he first blew up, when he was first going viral and all that bullshit. I just don't see it happening like that. But we not there no more. We at the point now where you getting your ass beat the fuck up by your girlfriend and the whole world know about it. You're getting your fucking head busted. You're getting your eyes black. You're getting your car stolen. You're getting your windows bust. You're getting blood letters written on your wall and shit. Like, it's a lot of shit going on in Blueface life, bro. It's a lot of, and I ain't even said shit about the attempted murder case. Like that shit's still going on. Now, how that nigga got out on $50,000 bail, I don't fucking know. Because that's Vegas. Vegas don't even play like that. Attempted murder and a $50,000 bail, that's a topic for another motherfucking day. But it's a lot going on in Blueface life, man. I ain't gonna fucking cap. Moving on, man. I want to get into a topic that's I don't know. It's an interesting topic. I want to talk about, is sex just sex for men? You know, a lot of times men will be like, sex for women is more because it's more emotional attachment. It's more spiritual. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. And for men, it's just sex. We can just fucking keep going. We not getting penetrated. We doing the penetration type shit. And I want to call a cap on that. I'm going to speak for myself, right? And the reason why I call a cap on that situation is because, yeah, when I was younger, it was just about sex. I'm not going to lie to you. It was just about fucking as many women as I can. I felt like I was the Don Julio of this shit if I was just hitting any bad bitch with a big booty or whatever. But it's like you kind of grow out of that, right? Like, don't y'all kind of grow out of that phase to where sex is just sex? Like, I don't have no emotional attachment to these women. Like, I'm going to speak for myself. I literally have emotional attachment to almost every woman I've ever had sex with. I'm going to be real with you. That's just who the fuck I am. Now, I have to tell you, remind you, like I said, what was that, the last episode, the one before that, yeah, my body count is not super crazy. Like, my body count not in close to the hundreds and nothing like that. No, I don't even roll like that. I literally been fucking the same handful of women for the last, like, decade type shit. Like, once you locked in, we locked in type shit. That's just how I give it up. Because I fear certain things, you know what I'm saying? I've seen certain shit play out, and I don't want nothing to do with that type shit. So it's like, sex isn't just sex for me anymore. I have emotional attachment to these women that I'm penetrating, and I'm hitting raw. You know what I'm saying? I have an emotional attachment to these motherfuckers. Now, do I treat them right all the time? Absolutely not. Like, that's the realest I can be with it. Do I treat them right all the time? No, but is there an emotional attachment to these women? Absolutely. And it's not because of pussy. Pussy is pussy. It's because I've grown to really fucking like and care for this woman. No matter if she think I'm ain't shit, nigga, bitch, I still care about you. If you die, I might, you know what I mean? I'm gonna light a blunt for you for real. Wow. I'm gonna hit that blunt for real. Real talk. But I call cap on that shit. We all have an emotional attachment. I've seen niggas go too crazy over women that wasn't even they bitch to say they wasn't emotionally attached to them. Sex isn't just sex. It's just what it is that, in my personal opinion, what it is that with men, we still are in the mindset of the more bodies we get, the more of a man that makes us type shit. Now, you may have one of those old thinking motherfuckers that think that men are just here to reproduce and shit like that. I've never had that mindset. Do I know hella my homeboys and hella niggas I grew up with that think like that? Absolutely. Is there niggas in my family who think like that? Absolutely. I've never thought like that. Of course, I know I'm a nigga that can drop a seed and keep this shit going, but I've never thought I was just here to reproduce. Nigga, I'm here to be great. Nigga, I'm here to be the man. I'm here to take over the world type shit, nigga. That's why I'm here. Now, you know, some babies come along the way. That's cool. But I ain't just here to be nutting and fucking and shit like that. I'm much more than that type shit. You know what I'm saying? So sex isn't just sex for me. I call cap on that shit. But niggas sit here and tell me, a nigga that's almost 30 years old. Now, I ain't talking about my 19-year-old audience. I ain't talking about my teenage audience, my early 20s audience. Nah, nigga, go have fun. Go fuck, nigga. Go do your thing. Whoever you want to fuck, go fuck. Whatever you into, do your thing, brother. But for my niggas that's up in age, nah. That's not the wave no more. At a certain point in time, you got to mature in this life shit. You know what I'm saying? At a certain point in time, bro, what is the end goal for you, my nigga? Is the end goal to have multiple baby mamas? Then cool, do that. But even still, you're gonna be emotionally attached to those women. No matter how the fuck you want to say it. Any bitch that made that was good enough for you to nut in, you emotionally attached, bro. I don't want to hear none of that bullshit. I done had too much pussy in my life, and I only nutted in one woman. And I was super emotionally attached to that bitch. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was only like in all my life, I've only nutted in one woman because I was emotionally attached. I really fucking love this bitch. So yes, if we get a baby bitch, it's cool with me. Fuck it, it is what it is type shit. That wasn't the case for all the other women in my life because it didn't reach that level. So that's just my thinking of this whole sex is just sex shit. And we in 2023 to where sex is so desensitized now. Like I don't even. It's weird, bro. One of the friends of the show was on TikTok and he commented on one of my posts. I said how some of my love, you know what I'm saying, isn't love in 2023. And one of the friends of the show commented talking about how love isn't love for people with high body counts. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of was like, pause, my nigga, because you a dude talking to me about body counts. I feel like you trying to say I got a high body count. I'm a little offended. I'm a little taken aback type shit, but I let it slide. So just don't do that shit again, my boy. I was a little uncomfortable with that one, my nigga. You talking about my dick now. But he was talking about people with high body counts. Love isn't love for them. They don't get love and shit like that. And I'm like, that's subjective though, because you can't really talk about how. The reason why I said it's subjective is because no matter what the number is, it's gonna be high to somebody. It's niggas out here that just want virgins type shit. Me personally, I would never touch a virgin in my life. That shit, I've never taken a virginity, never will, not into it. I was just offered that not too long ago type shit, like within the last 3 months, probably even 2 months. Shorty was a virgin, like 29 years old, never had no dick. And one would ask me like, yo, you want this type shit? I'm okay. I'm good to go. I don't want no parts of that. But certain niggas is into that. Like I don't want nothing that's not an experience. I don't want to be the one to break you in. I'm not interested in doing that. I like shit to get freaky. I like shit to get done without me saying shit. I don't want to coach you through none of that shit. The most I'm gonna coach you through is swallowing this dick. You're gonna have to let your chin touch my motherfucking me. You know what I'm saying? Let your chin touch my motherfucking me balls type shit, bitch. Like that's what the fuck I'm talking about. But as far as the whole virginity shit, I'm not into that. And some niggas that think a woman they come across and she got 10 niggas she done slept with. And some niggas say that's too much. 20, 30, 50, that's too much. It's all subjective. So for somebody to say love isn't love people with high body counts, nigga, it's subjective. Because best believe, nigga, if Cherokee the ass want to take shit serious with me, I'm down. If Pinky want to get serious with me, I'm down. You know what I'm saying? I'm down. But it's all motherfucking subjective, man. And it's just, I call cap on it's sex is just sex for men. And when I say men, I'm talking about grown ass men. I'm not talking about young niggas. I'm not talking about niggas that's just getting into the game and trying to knock out, hit a home run every motherfucking time. I ain't talking about them. That's a different type of nigga. I'm talking about when that nigga evolves, he done had his fun, he done fuck countless amount of attractive women to him, and now he's looking for not even something serious, but he's looking for his mindset is different. That's not the type of shit niggas still do. Now I'm not saying niggas ain't out here, you know what I'm saying, fucking. Like I'm still out here fucking type shit, but I'm not trying to like stack up bodies on bodies on bodies like I was back in the day. Because now I'm trying to actually, I'm aware of that, nigga. I'm getting older. A kid, I actually, you know what I'm saying? I ain't lie to you. I actually want a kid. I want a kid, but I want the right person. So I don't feel comfortable just out here smashing, and one of my ugly hoes get pregnant. Like, I don't know what I do with myself. I can't forgive myself if one of my ugly hoes get pregnant. Shout out to y'all, by the way.
Wow.
That pussy be crazy. That's hella funny. But that leads me into my next topic. I get a lot of backlash in my dealings with women because I space out sex. And for the people watching on YouTube, I got the topic as Hatch explains his weird ways, spaced out sex. And when I say spaced out sex, I'm not talking about some, you know what I'm saying, Pluto and, you know what I'm saying, orbits and stars and Milky Way type shit. I ain't talking about that shit, but nigga, I'm talking about when I'm dealing with women, bro. Say I have them come over right there. I'm probably giving way too much information. Fuck it, we living it up. I have them come over. We probably fuck like 3-4 times that night. 2 to 4 times that night type shit. I ain't gonna gas myself up like that. A lot of times I'm tired type shit. 2 to 4 times, right? And then they'll go their separate ways, and I won't hit them up, or I won't be trying to fuck them for probably like another month. Like I don't. This is just how I give it up, my nigga. This is how I do it. I will be with a woman, beat they shit in, make sure I leave a lasting impression so when I do reach out to them, shit is still solid. And then I let that shit breathe. And I get a lot of backlash a lot of times from a lot of women I deal with because they be wanting to fuck me a lot. And I'm not trying to gas my shit up or nothing like that. That's just the truth. And I'm pretty sure y'all niggas can relate. When you fucking somebody, motherfuckers is horny, but they want to fuck. They want to smash and shit like that. So that's the story. But the reason why I spaced this shit out is because, in all honesty, fam, I don't even trust myself half the time. Like I cross the line a lot when it comes to sex. And when I say that, I'm talking about unprotected sex. I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, just doing too much type shit. All consensual, of course, but just doing way too motherfucking much and putting myself at risk when I shouldn't put myself at risk. I'm the type of nigga to go buy a box of condoms, and it's hella embarrassing to say. I'm the type of nigga to go buy a box of condoms and hate to use them motherfuckers. I'd be a nigga that got a fresh pack, go to the store, buy a fresh box of condoms, put them in my bathroom, Shorty would come over. I bought them just for Shorty. Shorty would come through and I'd be mesmerized by that ass. I'm the type of nigga that be like, I want to feel you, baby. I want to feel you, baby, to death. That's just who I am. It's not me running game. It's not none of that. I lose control. I lose control. I can only be honest with the folks. I can only be honest with my peeps. All my friends at the show, I'm sorry. I can only be honest. And I get tested, so I'm clean. Everything's good to go. I learn my way. I learn my issues and shit. I learn my flaws. But that's the truth. I don't even trust myself half the time. I just don't. It just is what it is type shit. It's one of those things. That's probably the one thing in my life that I can't really tame and control like how I do everything else. Why? I don't know. To this day, I just don't get it. But that's why I space my shit out, because it's like, fam, if I literally just go hard how I do all the time, I'm gonna fuck up. I done got out of some sticky situations, B. No, pause, but I done got out of some sticky ass situations, dog. I done came close to like fucking my whole life up type shit. You know what I'm saying? I done came close to like losing all this shit. I'm talking about a lot of this shit. But in doing that, it kind of made me appreciate the run I was on. You know, I don't know what it was. I went on a nice little five women run where it was like 5 women in a row. And they all, obviously I told you I deal with older women. I like older women. The oldest woman I probably slept with was like 38 and I was like 23, 4, something like that. Oldest woman I ever slept with was 38. Around that time, it was 29, 30-year-old, 32-year-old, 22-year-old, the 38-year-old, and like one more. I forget her age. She was in that mid-30s range. And I kind of went through a run to where all these women, for some reason, had baby-making problems. Like that, hysterectomies type shit. The one younger, that was a little younger than me, she just had problems having kids. She just couldn't have a kid. Like she found that out early on type shit. And I kind of felt like I had a cheat code in life. Like I felt like an asshole because I literally told one of them that, before, like, damn, you're a straight walking cheat code. You can't get pregnant? You a straight walking fucking cheat code. At the time, I didn't know how ignorant I really fucking sounded. But in my mind, bitch, you got a whole family already. You really ain't want no more kids, so you living a life type shit. You pretty much on vacation year round. You pretty much on vacation year motherfucking round type shit. But I had a nice little run for 5 women. You know what I'm saying? Back to back type shit. That for some reason they just couldn't have kids. Like I just thought I was the man. Like, you ever felt like the man type shit? You know, you walking through the house, hitting euros and shit, dunking on the motherfucking the door sills and shit. You get the flexing in the mirror and shit. That was me, like every day fucking with these women. Like I was unbeatable. I felt like the man type shit. And I never truly valued that because I think that was a nice portion of time in my life. So I was just living life. Like, I didn't have a care in the world. I wasn't really spacing out the sex like that no more. But I was like, these bitches is good. Like, these is my bitches. These is my ladies. God sent them here for me. That's just how I felt. But it's like when me spacing out the sex, I had to sit back the other day and really appreciate that nice little run I had. That's like a Future a couple years ago. Like he dropped like 5 mixtapes, 5 albums back to back, all classics. That's like Kobe 5 ring. You know, he got the picture like this with his arms spread out. That was me. That was me with the hoes. That was me with my 5 hysterectomy bitches. Like I was going crazy with my nut. That's just how I was. And I really want to say shout out to those women because y'all changed me. Y'all really made me appreciate women a little bit more because I valued y'all. I didn't value y'all how I should have at that time. I should have kept those relationships lasting a little longer. It could have been a lovely, lovely situation for your boy, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. But young Hatch, you know what I'm saying? Kind of, that's it. Fucking, moving on, trying to knock as many of these bad bitches as I can. And that's the type of shit I was into when I ran to a nice little run to where it was pretty much risk free. You know what I mean? Until it wasn't. Until it motherfucking wasn't. That's when I met an old girl and tried to be on some committed shit. And next thing you know, I caught some shit. It's crazy how I was going so hard, bro. Going crazy. And was the safest, healthiest nigga walking this side of Mississippi. As soon as I tried to do the right thing, like Spike Lee said, you know what I mean? I was walking around like this. I was walking around like that type shit. Like, I get it. Okay. Wow. Shit. Soundboard, man. It's technical difficulties. Don't mind that. But it's a lot, man. It's a lot, man. That's my weird shit I go through. That's the shit that I do to, you know what I'm saying, maintain a lifestyle type. That's the shit I do to try to protect myself. And it's weird as fuck, but it's been working for, nigga, 14 years now. So shit pretty cool, man. Take notes. Take motherfucking notes, man. Moving on, though. You know, I want to talk about somebody that I brought up on this podcast and I've defended many, many times. I've always been a huge fan of him. People call him corny. I never understood why. But I want to talk about Nick Cannon, man. At this point in time, I need to take Nick Cannon to motherfucking court, man. So let's go and get this shit started. I'm not gonna lie to you, Nick Cannon. I gotta like, I feel a little bit different about all these kids, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know, at certain points, I remember when this shit first was breaking and Nick Cannon's having all these babies by all these women, right? And I didn't have an issue with it because I'm like, nigga, he rich. As Nick fucking Cannon, he's doing his thing. He's getting all these bad bitches pregnant. He got to take care of the babies type shit. He got the money to do so. But that's not where I'm at no more. You know, I seen a tweet the other day, and I think he said he's expecting another baby by one of his baby mamas. And as a man, I kind of don't like sharing my opinion on other people's shit, but with this podcast shit, bro, I find myself doing it over and over and over again type shit. But I feel different about Nick Cannon now, bro. Not the man. I still fuck with Nick Cannon. I'm still a big fan. That's somebody I've seen grow, you know, so from a kid to the man he is now. And he one of them niggas he got like a LeBron type, you know what I'm saying, running in his entertainment shit. Like the nigga was a child star. He did everything the right motherfucking way. niggas didn't like him just because they didn't like him type shit, because they knew him as a kid type shit. I never thought dude was corny. Drumline was good. I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. I like Drumline. The other little movie, he was an undercover cop type shit. I fuck with Nick Cannon, bro. I really motherfucking do. Gigolo with R. Kelly was a hit. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. But with these kids, bro, the reason why I really got a problem with it, or have an issue with, not even a problem, I just have a raised eyebrow, so to say. Yo, if Nick Cannon got lupus, bro, like Nick Cannon, sick ass nigga, and I don't mean no disrespect by that. Now, shout out to people with lupus. I don't know what it feels like, but I know it's a fucked up, horrible illness, and I'm sorry you gotta go through that. But Nick Cannon got lupus. Nick Cannon been in the hospital many times. I feel he was just in the hospital not too long ago, because he got lupus and shit be fucking up on him. He be sick as a motherfucker. Yeah, he be in shape and all that, but lupus ain't got shit to do with your abs and shit like that. So when I think about Nick Cannon having lupus, right? Now I'm not a doctor, you know what I'm saying? I didn't see the clinical diagnosis and the clinical percentages of that shit carrying on from from parent to child. But there's a good chance that one or some of those kids are going to develop lupus. That's just is what it is. Now, one could say, why are these women having a baby by Nick Cannon, knowing he's sick? Now, I'm pretty sure Nick Cannon didn't disclose this information. It's public information. But as a man, as a parent, how can you sit back and keep doing this when you sick? Like, you sick, my nigga. If you know what it's like to have lupus, if you know what it's like to be in the hospital hooked up on all the machines, and you know that you got to put out a heartfelt Instagram post every goddamn time you in a hospital bed, why would you want that for kids, bro? Now, I'm not saying nigga not supposed to be fucking, nigga not supposed to have babies or nothing like that. But it's like, damn, nigga, how many kids you want? How many kids are you going to expose to this possibility, Nick Cannon? How many? Don't tell me you got some special motherfucking semen that don't transfer lupus, because I think they say it's like a 20% chance that the child will have it if the mama got it. I didn't see what the chances was if the dad has it, but the shit is hereditary. All I need to know is it is hereditary. You can get lupus if your parents have lupus. So how many kids are you going to, subject to this possibility, bro? I'm all for it. Look, the baby mamas is fine. You're doing it well. You're doing it and doing it well. But you got to think about the kids at a certain point in time. You're not going to be here forever, Nick. You're just not. You already in your late 30s, probably early 40s type shit. You're getting up there and you got a condition. So you're not going to be here all the time, forever. You keep pumping out these damn kids. You keep pumping out the chances of one of these damn kids having lupus. Now, look, maybe I sound like a dumbass and I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Maybe it's a whole bunch of doctors listen to this shit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I post this shit and they go viral and motherfuckers call me a dumbass and a jackass. Maybe that's the case. But as a nigga who didn't go to med school, I'm looking at this shit as, nigga, you playing a risky motherfucking game. You playing a risky motherfucking game. I don't got time to talk about the women. That's a bag for them. I just seen a post on TikTok where it was a chick who got her boyfriend, her fiance, whatever the fuck he is in the NFL. Her video is like her walking away with this, you know what I'm saying, a certain look, it's all happy and shit. Talking about when your life is secure because your NFL baby. What the fuck am I saying? When she said, your life is when you look like this, when your life is great and you got the bag secured because your baby daddy is in the NFL and you carry his child. That's what these women is on, bro. So that's a check for them. They not looking at Nick Cannon like, you know what I'm saying, he gonna be there forever and take care of their kids type shit. Now, I'm not calling nigga a deadbeat dad. He just fucking and leaving these kids all high and dry type shit. But these women is not looking at Nick Cannon as a companion. They just not. Unless Nick Cannon is super pimping that we don't know about, these women more than likely are looking at Nick Cannon as they bag being secure type shit. Get a baby by Nick Cannon, get child support, get the money, get all that, get the perks of being with a fucking Hollywood legend type shit, and they rocking out like that. We know bitches who do that for the neighborhood dope boy. You know what I'm saying? So it's bitches doing that for Nick motherfucking Cannon. But the more babies this nigga have, the more faster the money gonna run out. Nick Cannon doing well and shit like that, but nigga, you got money. If one of them put you on child support, they gonna tax that ass. And you in LA, they gonna tax that ass. So I don't care about the baby mamas. I know why they doing it. Yeah, some of them may have been a long time fan. They always want the fuck since drumline type shit. But it's a few of them that's just securing the fucking bag. So I don't even care about them. It's about the nigga. Why are you still putting yourself in this situation? Why are you subjecting these kids to possibly having the same fucked up medical condition that you got? You gotta think about that shit before you start shooting off him, motherfucker. You shooting up too many clubs, nigga. Put the gun down. Put the pistol down, nigga. Real motherfucking talk, man. That is how I feel on that. Like I said, I hate talking about, you know what I'm saying, a nigga's relationship and what they doing with they dick and shit like that. I ain't like that. I want to pause it every time. I'm kind of tired of saying pause type shit. But that's just how I feel. Nick Cannon, bro, please, bro, just if you've already considered this, you've done the research and you talk to the medical professionals and you know what I'm saying, you comfortable with the results and they tell you that shit'll be okay, then I'm all for it. But if it is true that this shit's hereditary, you wilding out, my nigga. I ain't gonna lie, you wilding the fuck out. That's just how I feel about that situation. Real talk. Moving on, man. I touched on this earlier in the podcast, but I want to spin the block on this as well. Picking and choosing when I care about women. You know, it's wild. It's a wild topic because this topic took for me to sit down and actually be real with my situation, be real with my life, and be real with how I've been moving. A lot of this shit, people hate to hear it, but a lot of this shit dives back into my mood swings type shit. A lot of this shit I honestly can't control, but a lot of it I actually can. A lot of it is I'm a selfish motherfucker. I be in my own world, tunnel vision type shit. I feel like my problems are more important than everybody else's problems. I'm just being 100% honest with you. So a lot of my shit comes down to me being selfish and me having my mood swings and me just being on some fuck it type shit. It is what it is type shit. Motherfuckers want to talk to me, they'll talk to me type shit. But when I say picking and choosing, when I care about women, it's not a malicious thing, but it's something as a man, you got to sit back and be honest with yourself and be like, did you really show this woman what she needed to see for her to feel like you really gave a fuck about her? Did you really treat her like the queen that she truly is? And there's been times where a lot of times, majority of the times, 95% of the times, I didn't. Because early on, like I touched on earlier in the podcast, I was just trying to knock as many bad bitches as I can. That just was what it was. Her ass was fat and she was fine. I'm trying to fuck. I'm trying to get to know you. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do things to you. Let me lick them toes while I'm fucking. Let me do some shit to you. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, that's what I was on. But in my life, I had to sit back and think like, why are there times when I really was trying to be serious and be like on some show this woman she's everything shit? Why didn't that actually work out? And I had to think, bro, it's because a lot of times, bro, I overdid it. I had to be real with y'all. A lot of times, bro, I overdid the caring part because I knew that I didn't want the situation to play out like in all the other situations. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I understand that I didn't appreciate and care about these women as I should have. So when the times come around where I meet a woman, I want to show her that I care about her and I want to treat her different than the other ones, it ends up me caring more about the woman she cares about herself, or me trying to show her the respect, more respect than she shows herself type shit. And it's an awkward situation to be in because now you in the position of you doing too much type shit. And you got to admit sometimes you're doing too fucking much. Now, in the moment, did I think I was doing too much? Absolutely not. But when I look back on certain things and I was moving ways I've never moved before, I was doing too fucking much. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with showing vulnerability and showing a woman, make sure she knows how much you care about her. But sometimes, bro, depending on what stages you are in their relationship, sometimes it can be a bit much. And sometimes it won't be received the way you want it to be received. And those feelings, yeah, it may be reciprocated verbally, but those feelings won't be reciprocated, you know what I'm saying, internally type shit. So it's like, yeah, I just overdid it, bro. Like sometimes you gotta be honest with yourself, bro. Like sometimes, bro, you just can't be like it's their fault. Everybody not lying on you type shit. My mama raised me on that. That's one thing she always told me, bro. Everybody's not lying. If every woman I never had some dealings with is kind of saying a similar story, everybody not lying. Hatch, there's something wrong, nigga. Not even if it's something wrong. Hatch, you just gotta tweak some shit. That's all it is. Hatch, you just gotta tweak a little. Just slide that slider to the right a little bit. Bring that one down, slide that one up type shit. It's just certain times you gotta be real with yourself. And a lot of times I just wasn't real with myself. A lot of times I wasn't. A lot of times I'm like, man, this bitch tripping. All these bitches got the same issue, probably complaining about the same shit. I really thought like that. Now, I went from messing with women my age to messing with all older women. My first older woman I messed with was back in college at Mo West. Like Shorty was like 24. She's like 24 type shit. And I was 17. I was 17. She was 24. I was fucking with her. And I realized she was complaining about the same shit the bitches in high school was complaining about. And then I came out here, the women out here was complaining about the same shit they was complaining about in St. Louis and St. Joseph. You know what I'm saying? And LA. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody not lying. So it took me to sit back like, okay, Hatch, what's really going on here? Because like I told you, I'm an overthinker. If you give me some time, a time and a blunt, I'm gonna think about some shit. And I'm gonna overthink the fuck out of it. But in this time, it actually worked out because it gave me the answers I really needed. Like, bro, you can't pick and choose when you want to care about these women, bro. You just can't. You just can't. And it's not even so much about their feelings. It's about it's about you making sure when you do put forth the effort that it's being applied the right way. You don't want to overdo it. Underdoing it don't really get you nowhere, but overdoing it can make shit fall down like a stack of cards type shit. So that's one of my flaws. That's one of my flaws. For all the lady friends of the show that's listening, for any woman that's listening that I didn't, you know what I'm saying, I didn't beat that ass up from the back. Hey, I'm giving you the answers you want now. I'm finally admitting it type shit. I was in the wrong in a lot of that shit. Honestly. I was in the wrong in a lot of the shit that I went through in my life. And it all goes back to when you're dealing with these women, I picked and choose when I felt a motherfucker was deserving of me opening up and being vulnerable and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really be mad that when I tried to do the right thing, as Spike Lee say, it didn't work out in my favor because in those moments I overdid it. Doing too much is what the people say. You know what I'm saying? I say doing so much. So that's just what it was. You know what I'm saying? You can't pick and choose that shit, bro. You really can't. And shit, that's what this podcast is for, man. Me being honest with the folks, man. And I only say this so for my niggas out there that's doing this shit, don't continue to do the shit. Listen to what I'm saying and take heed to that shit and just start tweaking some shit a little bit and see how that shit work out for you. You know what I'm saying? You don't keep fucking up. Do what I do. I learn from other people's mistakes. If I see a nigga do some shit and it ain't working out for him, I ain't doing it. I'm gonna tweak that shit a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So all my nigga friends of the show, just take heed to that shit. You know what I mean? Just take heed, my boy. Moving on, man. I want to get to the Baltimore Ravens, man. I don't like the way they doing my nigga Lamar. I truly don't. Now you got the rumors. Everybody know I'm a Bears fan. I was a closet Bears fan. I'm up now, nigga. We here now, nigga. Justin Fields, nigga. #1 draft pick, nigga. Over $100 million in motherfucking cap space, bitch. All the motherfucking picks, nigga. We finna go crazy, nigga. I can't wait till the season over. We finna go fucking stupid. Oh my God, I can't wait, my nigga. We finna go dumb. But the reason why I bring the Bears up in this situation is because I've been hearing the rumors about possibly people trying to, say trade Lamar Jackson for Justin Fields since the Ravens not going to pay him. And part of me I don't know if I would be mad at that trade But I don't want that trade. I actually want Justin Fields, but I feel like Justin Fields is the best quarterback. He has potential to be the best quarterback in Bears history. Like we've never had a quarterback, bro. Like ever. And Lamar Jackson is the best quarterback in Baltimore Ravens history by far. Like they've never had a quarterback either type shit. Joe Flacco is probably the best quarterback ever. And that's fucking sad. But he a champion, so hey, but them defenses carried that nigga. Saying they did with Trent Dilfer and shit like that. The defense carried those teams. And with the Bears, we've never had Jay Cutler, you know what I'm saying? The fucking what's the nigga name? What's the nigga name that played for the Steelers now? I forgot my boy name. Trubisky. We had Rex Grossman. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had a lot of bullshit at the quarterback position in Chicago. So I want to keep Justin Fields. I feel like he can develop into a nice ass passer. He was a great passer in college. I don't really know what the fuck going on, but you got to give him the weapons for him to really be evaluated on that side of the ball when it comes to passing the ball. We know what he can do running. He's probably the best rushing quarterback ever. He was like 64 yards from breaking the all-time record for the season, and he set out the last game. So he's probably the best rushing quarterback ever. He wasn't even known for rushing the ball in college. It's kind of crazy when you really think about it. But the way Lamar Jackson's situation is playing out, I don't like it, bro. And the reason why I don't like it is because Lamar Jackson has done everything that you can ask for. He's a unanimous MVP, multiple-time Pro Bowl. He's taking his team to the playoffs every year, damn near. He is the offense. And he don't have weapons. He's literally winning every fucking game damn near. Only Patrick Mahomes, I believe Burrow, and somebody, is it Josh? I don't even think it's Josh Allen, but I'm just say Josh Allen. They're the only three dudes since Lamar Jackson's been in the league has a better win percentage than him. And he don't have nobody on his team. He is the fucking team. He don't got Mark Andrews is nice, but he's fucking tight end. He's 6 through 10 on the tight end chart. In the top 10, he probably in the 6 through 10 range. He ain't got nobody else. He been doing all this shit with nobody else. Him just running the ball and passing the niggas we don't even give a fuck about. Hollywood Brown ain't there no more. And he's still an iffy ass nigga. So it's like to see them do this to Lamar Jackson is kind of crazy. Because you got Joe Burrow and Josh Allen finna get paid, bro. They not finna not pay them niggas. They not finna not pay Joe Burrow and fucking Josh Allen, bro. They not. And them niggas ain't did nothing compared to what Lamar Jackson did. Of course, Joe Burrow took his team to the Super Bowl and things of that nature, but he's not no MVP. And he tore his fucking ACL his first year. If I'm not, or it's the second year, he tore his ACL early on. Josh Allen ain't did shit like Lamar Jackson. Everything about Josh Allen and Joe Burrow at this point is what people is projecting them to be. What you can say about Lamar Jackson right now is that he's one of two of the only unanimous MVPs in NFL history. That's what you can say about Lamar motherfucking Jackson. You can say he ain't never got in trouble off the field. He's been a model fucking athlete, and they won't pay him. And they just signed Roquan Smith to a $100 million deal, making him the highest paid linebacker in the NFL. He just got there like week 16 type shit. He was with us type shit. And he his own agent too. That's why he always had those contract issues with the Bears. He his own agent as well. And he just got the fucking hefty bag for them niggas. And that's cool. Shout out to Roquan Smith. Of course, you see what they trying to rebuild that whole middle linebacker, star diamond middle linebacker for the Ravens. It's cool. If you can play for the Ravens, you can play for the Bears. Those two franchises are damn near identical type shit. But for them to pay Roquan Smith, a nigga that just got there, and not pay a nigga that's been there for the last 5 to 6 years, who put this franchise on his back, is crazy. That's fucking crazy. And by them doing that, it's looking like they're gonna slap the franchise tag on Lamar Jackson. And I told y'all episodes ago, if I'm Lamar Jackson, bro, I'm not signing that motherfucking franchise tag, bro. If he don't sign that franchise tag, bro, I just got the official news today from watching First Things First that if he don't sign that franchise tag, he can enter free agency. That's what he can do. So if I'm Lamar Jackson, bro, I'm doing that shit. I'm trying my best to get to the Dolphins. You know what I'm saying? Because Tua, it's a good chance Tua not going to be there next year. He not playing in this little wild card game. He was already suspect. His injury history is all fucked up. I'm trying to get to motherfucking Miami, the Jets, you know what I'm saying, the Texans. I'm trying to get to any fucking where, bro. I wouldn't stay in Baltimore because he's always done everything for that team. And they don't want to pay the nigga. You don't want to pay the nigga? Now I get, you know what I'm saying, the 5-year, 230 fully guaranteed sound a little bit crazy. Well, get a nigga a 4 year for fucking, you know what I'm saying, 200. Guaranteed, 200 right there, 4 years. That's a year shorter than Kyler, a year shorter than Deshaun Watson, and you still getting 200 guaranteed. At least give a nigga 180 for 3 years or something. Like, you got to get that nigga a fully guaranteed bag. That's just how it's finna go from here on out. Because I know Joe Burrow finna get that bag. You know Josh Allen finna get that fucking bag. You know these things. Kyler Murray already got the bag. He's nowhere near Lamar Jackson. On the field, off the field. That nigga didn't even watch film and they paid him. So you know Trevor Lawrence gonna get the bag. You know that. And what they all got in common? Well, besides Kyler Murray. And they reluctantly gave him that bag. But all them other niggas that's gonna get the bag in the future is white. And them niggas is nice. Don't get it twisted. Do they throw the ball better than Lamar? Yeah, sure. But what was Josh Allen before Stephon Diggs got there? He wasn't a nigga that we see now. Lamar Jackson ain't got no motherfucking Tyreek Hill with Patty Mahomes have. He don't got Travis Kelce. He didn't have a motherfucking T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Jamar Chase. He don't got Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis. He don't got them. Dawson. He don't got these niggas. And he still is matched up with these niggas when it comes to records, when it comes to motherfucking me. If you put the niggas head to head, you still give Baltimore a chance to beat niggas because of fucking L-Jack. Because of new motherfucking era, nigga. But they don't want to pay the nigga, bro. It's wild what they doing to that nigga, bro. And the way this shit playing out, hey, man. That nigga a better man than me if he go back out there with them niggas. Like, if I was his teammate, I wouldn't even want dude to be back out there. If I was a teammate with Lamar Jackson, I promise you, I would try to get everybody on the team together and we would fucking boycott it. I promise you I would try to do that shit. Because there's no way you finna tell me the nigga that put his team on his back, you're not gonna take care of that nigga? Why the fuck would I think he gonna take care of me? If I was a nigga on the Baltimore Ravens, I promise you, I would have tried to stage a motherfucking coup. I would have tried to get everybody on the same page to where they just can't kick me off the team type shit. I would try to get everybody, all 53 of them niggas, or at least the fucking offense. I would try to get all them niggas on the same page, bro. Like, nah, but we ain't playing till y'all niggas get L-Jack right. Because we ain't shit without L-Jack. I keep putting these niggas out here that look like that nigga, but they can't run like that nigga. They can't control the offense like that nigga. They not game changers like that nigga. I just seen Jalen Ramsey say the toughest quarterback to go against is Lamar Jackson because he's a fucking monster. He ain't say Patty. He ain't say Josh. He didn't say Joe. He ain't say Trevor. He ain't say Justin Herbert. He ain't say, and by the way, Justin Herbert's girlfriend is fucking ugly. I'm so, like, I just gotta say that. Like, nah. I seen the Tik Tok. Shorty is hit. like, but she Polynesian though, so it's kind of unfair because Polynesian women kind of all look the same. Like, they all kind of built like they can tackle the fuck out you type shit. So it's kind of unfair. She was born with that shit. But Justin Herbert, come on, my nigga, god damn. But all them niggas, what was I even saying? I don't even know what the fuck I was saying. Oh yeah, all them niggas, bro. It's like he matched up with all them niggas, bro. And they doing them dirty, bro, because all them niggas finna get paid. I just don't like the shit. I just don't like the way they doing my nigga L-Jack. It's really fucking sad. If the Bears do trade for him, I don't know how I really feel about it. I probably wouldn't feel that bad because he is far more developed than Justin Fields, but he is a little bit older and he is coming off 2 seasons back to back where he had a little bit of injury history. So, yeah, you know what I mean? But they got to pay that, man. They do him a little too grimy. I ain't gonna lie to you. Moving on before we wrap the podcast up, man. I want to do a quick NBA mid-year review. Most teams have already played the 41 games. Last night, the Warriors played. They lost. Their record is now 20-21, so they officially have 41 games. Defending champs have been halfway through March, so I thought it'd be the perfect time to come on and talk about the NBA season. I've tried to stay away from the NBA on the podcast just because it's a lot of shit going on, and at the same time, it's not a lot of shit going on. Like a lot of niggas is scoring right now, but I'm not wild about none of this shit because I don't know who's playing defense anymore. Like I just don't. The 3-point shot is really just taking defense out of the fucking game. It's really embarrassing for true hoop heads type shit. But it's a lot going on behind the scenes, and one of the main things that's going on is Ja Morant. Of course, Ja Morant played for the Memphis Grizzlies, superstar, just had a shoe drop, but that's not what I'm talking about. Ja Morant is currently being sued by a 17-year-old kid. Excuse me. The story goes like this. From what I seen, from the report that I read, Ja Morant had people at his crib and shit. They was hooping and shit like that. And this 17-year-old kid was there. He was hooping with Ja Morant, probably having the best day of his fucking life. Nigga, I'm hooping with a fucking NBA superstar right now. Apparently, shit, the little nigga wasn't pussy. Ja Morant talking shit, the little dude talking shit. And at a certain point in time, I think they say Ja Morant said dude threw the ball at him type shit and was walking up to him like he was going to start swinging on him. This is what Ja Morant said. And he punched the fuck out of him and started beating his ass on the court, like literally punching the shit out the 17-year-old kid. Of course, the 17-year-old kid said he didn't do that shit, so he was just talking shit to Ja Morant. And Ja Morant looked at his homeboy and said, should I do it? And his homeboy said, yeah. And then he slugged off on the little 17-year-old kid and started beating his ass. And they say other people jumped in as well. So apparently, allegedly, Ja Morant and his homeboys jumped a 17-year-old kid. I don't like it because it leads into why I'm not really fucking with Memphis for real this year. I'm seeing something that I knew was gonna happen. It was either gonna go one or two ways with them niggas, right? And it's still not officially happened, but I see it trending in that direction. Them niggas getting too caught up in the lights, man. They getting caught up in his stardom shit. When they ask him who he worried about in the playoffs in the West, he told him he good in the West. No, you're not. It ain't a team in the Western Conference that's really that's team that's guaranteed to go to the Western Conference Finals. So I look at Memphis like these niggas is caught up in the lights. These niggas think they done already did some shit. Like these niggas ain't really did shit. These niggas ain't really did not a motherfucking thing. At this point in time, the same run that Ja Morant had is the same run that Trae Young had when he was with the Atlanta Hawks. That's the same fucking run. The same run. Neither one of you niggas have actually done any fucking thing noteworthy to talk about. None. You got most improved. I mean, that's cool. Few niggas got most improved. But them niggas ain't talking the shit you be talking. And I'm not saying nigga not cold. I love Ja Morant. That nigga's he's amazing. It's only a few niggas. It's only him and Anthony Edwards is the only niggas in the league that I will pay my money to go see. Him and Anthony motherfucking Edwards. That's it. I wouldn't even pay my money to see Zion. I wouldn't. I'd rather watch him at home. I want to see Anthony Edwards and Ja Morant play. He come out here like on the 22nd, I believe, too. I might try to catch that game, to be honest. But they caught up in the motherfucking lights. So that leads me to the Western Conference as a whole. I don't see nobody in the West that's our fear. It's not no secret. I'm a Laker fan. I'm not big on the Lakers this year because, I mean, there's nothing to really be hooting and hollering about. But if you really pay attention to what's going on in La La Land, if Anthony Davis comes back healthy and he plays at the level that he was playing before he got hurt, and LeBron James continue to play the way he's playing at this fucking crazy level, and Russell Westbrook still is top 6 man of the year candidate, Dennis Schroeder and Thomas Bryant, Lonnie Walkers, the Austin Reeves, you know what I'm saying? Them niggas are still playing the way they've been playing. I got Lakers going to the Western Conference Finals, bro. Say what the fuck you want. I know motherfuckers will be talking shit. You can say what the fuck you want. There's no team in the Western Conference that has two niggas like that. There's not no team. And is there no team like that in the league? The closest you can get to that is Boston. And Jaylen Brown is not Anthony Davis. I'm sorry. Jason Tatum, he can compete with LeBron. He can probably score more than LeBron. He can probably have more impact throughout the regular season. But in the playoffs, fuck no. That's LeBron fucking James for a reason. There's no team in the league that has two top 10 niggas. They don't exist. They don't exist. You can probably look at Brooklyn, and if you're gonna say Kyrie Irving's a top 10 nigga, who you taking out? Who you taking out? Because I take that they the closest, not Boston. They the closest. Because Kyrie, he top 15 for sure. But he not Anthony Davis. As great as Kyrie is with dribbling the ball and doing them fancy layups and shit, he's not Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis can have way more of an impact on the game than Kyrie Irving. The nigga that was playing before he got hurt, Kyrie Irving ain't never even touched that level of dominance. So say what the fuck you want, but if that nigga come back and they can click how they been clicking, them niggas going to the Western Conference Finals. Golden State not making it. Them niggas ain't got it. Them young niggas that what the lady said, they not giving. Jordan Poole ain't doing what the fuck we thought he was gonna do. Kuminga, Moody, Wiseman, them niggas ain't taking no steps forward. They just got their ass beat last night by the Suns and didn't nobody play. DeAndre Ayton, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, nobody played. They still beat the Warriors' ass in Golden State. So it's like I don't see the Warriors doing shit like that. Steph Curry can't hit that many motherfucking threes. Klay Thompson on decline. Draymond Green on decline. The young niggas that was supposed to take a step up, they can't take a step up because the main nigga that was supposed to take a step up got punched in this fucking shit and got knocked out, and they all got put in their place. They don't even play Wiseman, them niggas. He was just in the G League. New Orleans, I ain't worried about New Orleans. B.I., is he ever going to play again? Zion Williamson, do y'all really think he's going to make it through the season? I don't think so. It's always something wrong with it. Even when he run, it's like something wrong with him. Denver, Jokic is fucking amazing, but he don't scare nobody. Ain't nobody scared of Jokic. Ain't nobody scared of that nigga. As much as his numbers is crazy, when the money is on the line, he's not that guy. He's just not. Obviously, he can't fuck with AD with the money on the line. He just can't. I seen LeBron go on the nigga. He ain't really, when the money is on the line, I'm never picking Jokic. And I've been saying that for years now. But I'm not, who the fuck on Denver I'm scared about? Michael Porter Jr. can't even fucking play. His back get blown out every damn night. He getting fucked or something. That nigga back is always fucked up. Jamal Murray in and out, coming back from his injury and shit like that. He been playing better as of late. But I'm not scared of no fucking Aaron Gordon. And what the fuck is what? So when I look at the West, there's nothing in the West that's really scaring me from right now. The Clippers, get the fuck out of here. Don't even get me started. Them bum ass niggas. If I'm Steve Ballmer, I'll be pissed off. He a way better man than me. The most consistent player in the Clippers for the last 5 years has been Ivica Zubac. The rest of the niggas don't even play for real. So it's like in the Western Conference, shit wide the fuck open. In the East, you got Boston, you got Brooklyn. I'm not even gonna say Milwaukee because there's something missing with Milwaukee. Of course, you got Chris Middleton being in and out the lineup, stuff like that. He really ain't played all year, coming back from his injuries. He ain't looked the same as last year. Drew Holiday been in and out of the lineup, but there's something missing with them. It's like they don't look the same. Like they swag is kind of iffy. I think they can get it back with Giannis. He got that it factor, but it's something right now as I'm recording this episode that I just don't. I don't like the way they look type shit. I think they just need more. The more that they need, I don't know what the fuck it is. I just don't know what position, what player. I just don't know. But it's something in Milwaukee that's like, it don't really feel right. It's like the same thing with Golden State. Like when you watch them, it just don't feel right. Like something's missing type shit. They're the only two. Philly, you got Philly, but I don't believe no Doc Rivers coach team. I just don't. Until Joel Embiid show me he can actually do this shit, I'm not picking him no more. Because I thought he was the only nigga in the Eastern Conference that can match up with Giannis and stop Giannis, but Giannis literally gets the best of that nigga every time, bro. And I don't get it. It don't make sense to me. I just don't get it. So until he does that, I'm not signed with the Sixers. James Harden continues to him and Doc Rivers is the perfect pairing. They both underachieve in the playoffs. So I got Boston and Brooklyn. It's going to be between them two teams that go to the finals. And I got the Lakers going to the Western Conference Finals for sure. Because if them niggas play healthy, if them niggas is healthy, and they playing the way they been playing, ain't nobody fucking with them niggas, bro. Because ain't nobody stopping LeBron still. Ain't nobody stopping Anthony Davis. Russell been coming off the bench looking like a goddamn rebirth. them niggas gonna be tough if they healthy, bro. That's all I'm gonna motherfucking say about that. What else? What else in the motherfucking NBA? What else in the NBA? KD's injuries. I talk about Brooklyn. He's gonna be out for at least a month with a isolated MCL, I believe they said. He's gonna be out at least a month with that. I think they're gonna drop some games just because he's not there. Kyrie Irving can if they can stay 500, that'd be cool. But I don't really got a lot of faith in that either, because you're gonna be talking about you're gonna need Ben Simmons to do more. And yeah, I know how I feel about that bum ass nigga. I don't know how he was fucking Meg Thee Stallion. I just don't get it. All that ass that woman got. He won't even take a jump shot. He shot his shot at that. That nigga is catfishing the NBA, dog. I'm telling you. That nigga he collecting the check. He don't want to play ball for real, bro. He don't want to play no motherfucking basketball for real, man. They should stay at least 500 though, man, because they clicking. I ain't gonna lie, they was clicking for a minute. When Kyrie was out, they was clicking. Then he came back. They was clicking even more. So I think they're gonna be okay. They should at least be 500 basketball at that point in time. But it's gonna be interesting to see, man. The second half of the season, bro, it's gonna be real interesting to see. All-Star Weekend gonna be coming up pretty motherfucking soon. It's gonna be in Utah. It's gonna be interesting to see. I'm interested to see what the Lakers do, just because the roster is what it is. But if them niggas can play, bro, if Anthony Davis come back and he's the nigga that we saw before he got hurt, and LeBron can still be what the fuck he's doing, you know what I mean? I like it. You know what I mean? I really motherfucking do. I really motherfucking do. But that's it, man. We over an hour and we over an hour and 15 in this motherfucker. We can get the fuck out of here, man. That's all I got for y'all, man. As I run through these topics real fast, make sure we ain't miss nothing. NBA mid-year, Ravens doing Lamar Jackson hella dirty, picking and choosing when I love these hoes. Spinning the block on Nick Cannon, my weird ways of having sex. Is sex just sex for men? Blueface being concussed, and niggas and me regaining confidence. Yeah, man, I think that's all I motherfucking got, man. Hell of an episode, I tell you that. Hell of a motherfucking episode. Starting off with the little Uzi. Oh my god, the hips, nigga. I be getting sturdy in this bitch. I be getting sturdy. But fuck it, man. I think that's all we got, man. Let's go and get the fuck up. Let's hit the music type shit. You know, man, I want to say, man, thank y'all again, man, for tapping in and joining the conversation. Now, you know, I truly appreciate all love, support, man. Of course, I'm still working on getting new merch out. There's a lot of shit going on behind the scenes that's been stopping me from focusing on getting new designs and stuff like that. But I haven't forgot about that. Website will be coming up very motherfucking soon. I just gotta sit down and get this shit together, man. After I get off here tonight, I gotta fill out this shit for this interview, for this magazine piece that they want to feature me in. I've been so fucking busy doing other shit, I damn near forgot about doing that. So it's a lot of shit going on. We got a magazine feature coming up. It'll be the second one, nigga, less than 6 months type shit. Happy about that. I want to shout all y'all, man. Y'all try to shit up in possible. Like I said, I believe 2023 will be our fucking year. I got a goal, man. Like I said, I want to put my face out there. The motherfuckers really know this fucking face into this brand. Fall in love with this motherfucking brand. So I want to shout everybody once again. Tap into the all around the motherfucking world, man. But you know how I give it up on this side, man. It's all love these ways. Never let them such a bullshit. Always keep the main thing. Stay safe, stay sharp, stay sane. And a hot shot. Couple days, man. 115 on the motherfucking way. You dig? Real shit, man. Hey, man. I ain't gonna lie. That nigga Lil Uzi nice, bro. Hey, man, look. That little song, I just want to check out that body. That shit hard. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. If that shit don't make you want to get dance a little bit, you just a depressed nigga. That's coming from me. That's coming from me. If you don't bob your head to that motherfucker, if you don't fist pump a little bit to that shit, you just going through some things, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna motherfucking lie to you, man. But we out this motherfucker, man. Hard shot in a few days, man. Hell of an episode, I tell you that.
Welcome to Raw is
OG. Hatch, man, you know the fuck it is, nigga.